Hey guys, Jaka here. We're going to discuss some PvE changes and some very controversial PvP changes in the upcoming patch 5.3 Mist of Pandaria World of Warcraft. Let's begin with the basics of 5.3. Our friends from 5.1 who took a little short vacation during 5.2, yes, the upgrade vendors are coming back. They have discovered a way while they were on this vacation to lower the amount of justice points, valor, honor, and conquest to upgrade your levels by 4 and 8 on each of your pieces. This is a very welcome change that's coming back by the community. What this means is now we have something to spend our valor points on, considering anyone that's been staying up to date with PvP and PvE should have your cap or close to it because there's just nothing to spend those points on. Blizzard has also lowered the cost to upgrade your items. For your blue level items, it now costs only 750 justice points to raise them up by 8 eye levels. For your purpley epics, you'll notice that the valor point cost has been reduced a lot to 250 per 4 levels, and this can be still done twice. As for you PvPers out there, I wouldn't get too excited. I say this because Dreadful Gladiator can be upgraded with 1500 honor points for a whopping total of 8 item levels, but it still costs conquest points just to upgrade your Malevolent Gladiator's armor. It's just too early to be spending your conquest points on Malevolent gear, especially when there's still Tyrannical gear to be bought, and it is much better even with a double upgraded Malevolent. As for you kiddos that already have Tyrannical gear, there's some sad news. You can't upgrade it yet as of Tuesday's 5.3 patch release. Some other things to note during this new patch is a new battleground and a new arena. The arena is called the Tiger's Peak, while the battleground is called Deepwind Gorge. It takes place in the Valley of the Four Winds and requires your team to collect resources. Also added are 4 new scenarios: Battle of the High Seas, Blood in the Snow, Dark Heart of Pandaria, and the Secrets of Ragefire. But that's not all. Heroic scenarios have been added in 5.3. They require pre-made groups and have a chance of dropping high-level epics. They also will drop valor points. But keep in mind, much like challenge mode dungeons, they are very tough. But it may be worth to take a look into because they do drop rewarding loots. Finally, Rathian continues his legendary quest line. You will need to complete the previous quests to complete this one. Do not fret, my little lamb chops. For those who have gotten late into the legendary quest line, Blizzard is nerfing all the previous quests up until this one. As far as PvE changes to your Warlock, not too many things have changed. The only real notable thing that has changed is for Destruction Warlocks. Fire and Brimstone no longer requires a Burning Ember to cast. Instead, it causes your single target spells and curses to consume burning embers for every cast that you do. This effect will remain on your warlock until you have no more burning embers. Personally, I like this change about it. I hated casting Fire and Brimstone every time I wanted to cast on multiple targets. You should really only be using Fire and Brimstone anyways when you have 5 or more targets, and you'll never run out of burning embers so long as you have targets to hit. As far as glyphs are concerned, only one has been redesigned. This is Glyph of Siphon Life. What it does now is it will heal your warlock for 0.5% of their maximum health when corruption, or immolate deal periodic damage. As far as you PvEers out there, this is pretty much the only changes you're going to notice about your warlock, and really does not affect too much of your gameplay. As for you PvPers out there, Mist of Pandaria has really changed PvP a lot from what we're used to. They introduced PvP power and PvP resilience. In 5.3, they have affected PvP again. Some have cried that this is the end of PvP, while others are not too worried. I myself, I'm not on the worried side. Blizzard, in hopes of keeping things balanced and stopping the burst damage that many classes can do, has increased base resilience to 65%. They've also increased bonus healing from PvP power to 40%. As far as PvP power is concerned, it's been nerfed about 15%. Now, these changes will have many effects as far as gameplay is concerned. One thing you'll notice is that when you're killing people in BGs or even in high-rated arenas, it's going to be a little bit harder to kill them. It's really going to rely on your skill and knowledge of your class. Another thing you'll notice is that PvP resilience gems have been halved. If you couple this with the fact that PvP power has been nerfed, this really opens up the opportunity for PvE items to enter the PvP world. This is where the controversy begins. I personally don't believe that PvE items belong in the PvP nation. And while nothing is set in stone, it's interesting to see what Blizzard will do with PvP power. Will they increase it? Will they nerf it some more? No one really knows yet until the patch goes live and we start seeing top rated arena teams using PvE gear. Maybe Blizzard will increase the PvP power rating. And lastly, to touch upon PvP resilience again, if you didn't notice before, all PvP resilience has been removed from gear. It'll be really interesting to see what players decide to do with resilience gems being nerfed by 50% and it also being removed from most gear. I personally think people are going to start gemming more for either hybrids like intellect and PvP power or just straight gems like intellect, strength, and even spirit for healers. I still don't believe secondary stat gems will outweigh the primary stat ones or even PvP power for that matter. And to finish this all up, the last thing you should know about upcoming PvP changes for your lock are the PvP set bonuses. The 2-piece is now replaced with the old 4-piece, meaning your Twilight Ward will absorb damage from all schools of magic, and the new 4-piece is an increase to Agony, Corruption, Doom, Immolate, and Unstable Affliction by 10%. Well, guys, that's about it for the new 5.3 Mist of Pandaria patch coming live this Tuesday, May 21st. Leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think of all the changes. Are they exciting? Do you really feel PvP has gone down the drain? I know sometimes change can scare people, but I don't think Blizzard has failed us just yet in this new patch. As always, this is Jaka from JakaGaming wishing you the best of luck, and remember, have fun, guys.